My name is Daniel Lewis, aka It's for Gotham. I'm a freelance photographer, videographer. The age I started at was 7. Started to get more serious about it and started to become like my career at like 19. Photography influenced me. It teaches you how to market and how to network with people. You have to get comfortable talking to strangers, selling yourself, which is a really important tool just to have in anything. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned. Why photography specifically? It's a very unique way to kind of capture and document like life. It's really unique compared to like other things where if you're like a lawyer or a doctor, you gotta go to school. If you're a photographer, like literally you could just pick it up. You don't have to go to like school to learn. You just have to be really dedicated. And that kind of translates to like the work in the photography. Like you'll see, you'll be able to translate like, oh, he put in a lot of work and he's like really good because of it. Or he didn't put in so much work and he's not nice because of it. So it's like, I don't know, it's a very unique way to watch yourself grow as a person. That's the biggest reason why I do it. I would say that there's a lot of similarities comparing street photography in New York to Chicago. Obviously in New York it's a lot more competitive versus Chicago. From what I've seen, it's a little bit more collaborative. People are a little bit more open to sharing ideas. I started taking photography a lot more seriously after Hurricane Sandy in the fall of 2012. Just like watching a lot of like fellow New Yorkers like struggle. People who lived in different areas, is weird to see like just different regions of like the city like, struggle differently. Like there were people who like the hurricane didn't affect at all. And then there were some people like I know who like their entire house got destroyed. And it's like life savings, So it's like seeing different aspects of like social and like cultural backgrounds. Like that, there was a very different way to like see New York. When you go through a tragedy or something like that, that really puts things in perspective for you. And that really is like one of the biggest themes that influence my photography. Is I like showing like juxtaposition of like classes. Showing people who have it like really well off, and then people who like don't have it well at all. I really like showing the two and making people feel uncomfortable. And I think like the biggest reason that made me do that is like Hurricane Sandy. People who have inspired me, I've been looking at like a lot of directors lately. So like Christopher Nolan, obviously, is like my #1 inspiration. He has a very unique aesthetic in the way he like trains his camera in like movies, which I've been trying to like get more into. So like obviously with his Dark Knight trilogy, with Interstellar, he had a really good piece called like 1974, which is about like futurism and like dystopia. It's really good. Genesis was a project that I just totally did off the top, picking up all this random footage. And the last time I was in Chicago, like end of March into April, and it was mimicking the style of photography that I've always done, which is like really individual, focusing on like one subject. It was like a juxtaposition between like the individual and then like landscape, or like wide shots of just like people in like motion and transit. And I thought that was really cool because like those are the two biggest things I like to capture when I'm doing photography. And like that's where Genesis came about. I started putting it all together, started to like make sense. Worked on it for like a solid 2 weeks where I wasn't sleeping or eating, and I was just like cutting it up. And there's a sequel coming, so stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot of snow in it. That's what's coming up. Genesis 2. We call it Exodus.